Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are jumping back into another nail art tutorial, this time on Boxycharm nails. Now I've gotten so many requests for more nail videos because I've been sharing my nails a lot more over on Instagram and on my new Instagram profile, ParagonPressOn, which is the nail art brand Brandon and I are creating. So let's jump into some Boxycharm nails. Alright, so starting off, I did already size these nail tips for my hands. These are like a medium long coffin, and I'm just throwing a quick coat of base coat on each of the nails. Now, with the nail prep in general, and I did mention this in my last video, to prep them, I just gently buff the top because it gives something for the gel polish to stick to. And then I'm actually going to speed it up here because it does get a little bit slow. I do just put a nice thick coat of base coat on top of each nail. In addition, and I didn't mention this in the last video, or I think I might have, I do take a little bit of alcohol on a lint-free wipe just to wipe any of the powder off from where I buffed the nail. And that just helps to give the gel, again, something better to hold on to. Once I am done painting that, it's not a super thick coat, but that thick coat of base coat on each of the nails, I do pop it in my UV curing lamp for 60 seconds. It is UV LED, so it does work on both frequencies, and I do 60 seconds. Once that is done, we're going to go into white. The reason I'm using white to create this effect, even though the nail is mostly black, is I do find that the striping polish I'm going to use later, I like the black one more than the white. The white almost has an off matte feel, whereas the black has more of a demi-matte, where there's a little bit more shine to it, which is why I'm going to use that instead. But I'm putting on a fairly thin coat of white on the nail, and I will end up going in with a second coat after this one. But make sure, and you'll notice right here, that you are capping the free edge. If you don't put a little bit of that polish on that tip of the nail, you will cause your nail polish to either chip at the tip or peel off altogether, and nobody wants their nails to chip the second that they start getting them looking good. And then I do that for all of the rest of the nails. Once that is done, I do go over every single nail with top coat. The reason I do that is I find that it is easier if you mess up on nail art to go in with a top coat, or to go in and fix it if it's already been capped in a top coat. So the white is going to be perfected, top coated, and cured for 2 minutes to make sure that it is 100% done. Then when I go in on top with the black, if I have an issue with it, I can just wipe it right off, and the white underneath will not be negatively affected at all. And just like with that nail polish earlier, I do make sure that I am capping the free edge, because again, we don't want our nails to peel off at all. Once that is done and it is cured and we are ready to go, then I'm going to go in with my striping tape. Striping tape is pretty easy to work with. You just want to make sure that you are not touching the adhesive piece where it's going to touch the nail. Otherwise, that'll give you some bubbles underneath and your polish will actually seep underneath that striping tape. So off camera, I did cut the striping tape into these small areas, and I noticed my nail wasn't cutting it, so I will end up grabbing a tweezer. But I just lined it at the base of the nail, and when I go over this with black, it is going to leave a white stripe where that tape is. And then the reason I did the top coat is it allows me to really press that in. When you use gel polish, it has something called an inhibition layer, which is a little bit tacky and sticky. This top coat does not have that, which allows me to use my finger to smooth out that gel frequency, or that striping tape on top of it. And I did repeat that for all of the rest of the nails, nice and simple, just to make sure that all of the nails had that same effect. And I will actually end up going in and doing 2 stripes on the ring fingernail, because that's where I'm going to be doing the Boxycharm box, that square in the logo. Once that's done, I'm going in with my Born Pretty black striping polish, and I'm going to take that on the entire nail, and I'm taking it right over the tape. And once I peel the tape off, you'll get that super clean white line. This stuff is almost like a liquid latex, so you do want to work fast, because once it dries down, you cannot move it at all. but you'll notice I want to make sure that it is a nice smooth layer, and I am going to put top coat on it so it will be smooth no matter what anyway if I do find that I missed a spot, which in this case I actually did end up missing a piece and having to go in and fix it later, which I don't know if you see. I don't know if I edited that out. But once I find that everything looks good, I peel off the tape, and the trick to getting a really smooth line is you don't want to pull out on the tape. You want to get that tweezer, pull it up, and you want to pull straight up vertically. And that is what's going to give you that perfect white line. And I'm going to repeat that on every other nail, going in with the black striping polish, letting it barely dry, grabbing my tweezer and peeling it off. Another trick, and this is like super important, you want to paint and peel each nail. Don't paint them all and then peel, because you will actually peel up all of the striping polish right off the nail if you do it the other way. I've done it. It is not cute. It is not fun. And let me know if you guys agree with me, but I find this to be super satisfying, watching that paint peel off. Because I want that white stripe to be an actual white box, once I cured this, I did put a coat of top coat on it so that I didn't mess it up. And then just like I did with that first white stripe, I'm going to put some striping gel down the sides of each of those white boxes, only on that ring fingernail. And that'll allow me to put a black square inside the center of that white square without messing up the white square. And that'll give us the Boxycharm square, and then all I'll have to do is put that heart on top of it, which will be super easy. Now, this is a fairly time-consuming process to just get this one nail done. So if you're somebody who doesn't have a lot of time, you could totally just do the accent nail and pair it with black. Another thing is, we've already teased it on Instagram, but Brandon and I are coming out with our own line of luxury handmade press-on nails, and let me know if this is a style you guys would want. You can pair it with a solid black nail and just get the Boxycharm accent nail, or in theory do an entire set of Boxycharm nails. So let me know what you guys are interested in, and I will be happy to let you guys know any details. Make sure you are following me over on Instagram for any details there, and the brand account ParagonPressOn. And you'll see now we have that box. Next, I'm going to put a nice thick coat of top coat on top of this nail as well. Now, typically doing this, I would actually follow up with a single little tiny bit of like a builder gel, which will allow me to set a stone in there without it causing an issue. But because the heart that I'm going to be using, which is actually just a small flat rhinestone, is so flat, I've actually noticed that I prefer to just set it inside of top coat instead, because it is a lot easier to work with, and it honestly doesn't have any issues holding. If I was using like a thicker crystal, like the nails I'm wearing on my fingers in this video, which I'm actually wearing on my fingers right now, I did have to use a nail glue because those will pop off a lot easier. But you'll notice I put on this top coat, and then that little heart, which you guys can actually see right in the center of the screen, I just pop that right into the nail, and once I'm happy with where it is, cure the top coat, and that will not come off for anything. So once again, cap your free edge, make sure everything looks good, and then just grabbing my little nail applicator and a tiny bit more of that same top coat, we're just going to press the heart right onto the design. And once you put that in the lamp for another 2 minutes just to get everything cured up, you are good to go with your Boxycharm nail art. So I'm going to go pop those on. And here we have a super simple Boxycharm inspired nail art. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Did you enjoy this tutorial? Will you be trying it? If you do, make sure to tag me in it so I can see what you guys do. But I am telling you, I love how these turned out. I think it's really cute. And I would not be surprised if I ended up putting these on every single month for my Boxycharm box unboxings. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.